the moment you walk into the showroom floor at Trap Cadillac, you understand our commitment to providing a truly exceptional experience for all returning and new customers.
Our goal is to make sure you're always comfortable while understanding the entire process of getting into your new Trap Cadillac.
When you drive a Trap Cadillac, you know performance, bold styling, and our shared commitment to service.
One thing you can always count on here at Trap Cadillac is our excellent service experience.
The social media segment is brought to you by Terrebonne General Health System. Your health is our legacy. Rouse's, you're either local or you're not. Buick, the craft of modern luxury. St. Martin and Bork, know your rights.
Hello and welcome to this edition of Bayou Time. I'm your host, Keith Weissite, licensed clinical social worker with Terrebonne Home Care. Very glad you're joining us. However you may be joining us, we appreciate it very, very much. As we welcome to the program at the beginning of this June hurricane season, we welcome in Lauren Nash. Lauren, thanks for joining us today.
Always a pleasure. Thanks for having me.
We appreciate it, of course, with the National Weather Service, and she is a warning coordination meteorologist, a WCM, and so your job is to warn us.
Kind of. Mostly just trying to make sure you all understand our information and know how to prepare.
Right, right. And we always appreciate you coming on to talk about that. You know, last couple of years, people have said that, you know, we're predicting a high number of storms. And, you know, we always have these predictors out there and people thinking about it. But you guys use science to help us kind of figure that stuff out.
Yeah, you know, these outlooks that we talk about, they're kind of useless in a way because they're for an entire area. They're from the entire Atlantic basin, from Brazil to Maine to Ireland to Spain. I mean, the whole area. So, for example, last year we actually predicted a below normal season, and it ended up being the fourth most active season on record.
Right.
And I guarantee you nobody in Louisiana knew that.
Right.
So it's not always about what happens in Louisiana. It's about what happens in the entire basin. So it's kind of hard for people to realize that. But when we're saying we have a very active season this year, that doesn't mean we could get hit, or it means we could get hit by a couple. It really tells you absolutely nothing about what could happen here.
Right. I got you. Well, we always appreciate you educating us. You want to roll through some of those slides and kind of let the public know some of that information. Aaron, you want to start us off with the first one?
Sure. You know, we always got to start with the names. So
Sure.
Everybody likes to see what's coming up this year. They rotate every 6 years. So, you know, we've probably seen Isaac before and didn't get retired. Milton is the new Michael. So we have to take a look at these every year. And then I think my next slide is the outlook for the year.
Okay, very good.
Yeah, so this is our NOAA outlook. And again, we talked about it's an 85% chance of above normal. So average is 14 named storms. We're predicting 17 to 25. Average 7 hurricanes, 8 to 13 prediction. Major hurricanes 4 to 7, average 3. So again, predicted to be an above average season. And let me see what's on the next slide. I think that's the outlook. This is what I was saying is that's 25 storms for this entire area.
Right.
They could be 25 fish storms, you know, they could be 25 that go into Mexico or spin back into, you know, Spain and Portugal. So we just want to make sure that you all are prepared every season and that you're ready when a storm happens. That's really the most important part about all of this education we do this time of year.
Well, the best thing for us, Lauren, I think, is for us to be able to see that last year we were not as expecting as many and got more. This year we're expecting more and we'll get less. That would be the goal.
Hopefully.
Yeah, this year. That would be nice, right? But again, you know, we're all still kind of, just like so many people have been impacted by major storms, we're just hoping that there's less impact from major storms to any of our populated areas.
Yeah, at the end of the day, I mean, if nothing would hit the United States, we would all be happy. But, you know, you're not going to have very many days to prepare for a hurricane anyway. So, you know, even with this outlook, it's not like we can tell you, okay, on August 2nd, you're going to have a hurricane. You know, you're going to get maybe 5 days max, no matter if it's an above average season or a below average season. So we should be prepared no matter what.
Yeah, but again, thank God that a couple of years ago, we were able to expand that outlook to a little bit larger to be able to see the development of those. And so we're really glad to have that as an option to better prepare us.
Yeah, and one of the new things we have this year is our new cone. I think I have a graphic on that. I don't know what order it is exactly, but can you see if you can pull that up? We've made a very small change. Yeah, there you go. We made a very small change to the cone graphic this year.
Okay.
The bottom little small graphic is what you're used to when it gets close to land. You see the coastal watches and warnings for the wind there, but you still see that white cone. Well, this year we're going to actually just put all the wind watches and warnings. So you can see in the top left, notice the big difference. In the bottom right, what if you were sitting in Orlando? You could maybe be like, oh, I don't have any watches and warnings, I'm fine. Or maybe even into the Big Bend, hey, I'm outside of the cone, I'm fine. So the new cone is trying to really emphasize the impacts of the storm, because we all know the cone has nothing to do with the storm. All it is 66% of the time the center line will be in that cone. It doesn't tell us anything about wind or surge or flooding or tornadoes. So this is just one little step that we have to start to get people used to the impact side of these graphics.
Right, not just where we see winds of a certain amount, but or the potential for those, but impact, and realizing what the impact may be. Terrific. We appreciate
we're so
that.
used to that.
Yeah. All right, Aaron, let's slide through the rest of those, if you don't mind. Just how to know.
We talk about social media.
Yep.
We always got to talk about social media. We have a lot of these Facebook pages out there. I saw one just yesterday posting a weather model that kind of looked like the one below and saying that a hurricane was going to hit Louisiana on June 12th. Most people watching this probably don't even believe us if we say it's going to rain today. So let's not believe that there's going to be a hurricane in 10 days. So you just be careful of these pages. This page that I saw yesterday said, please pay to subscribe to learn more. You don't need to pay to subscribe to the National Weather Service. We're, a federal agency. We're free. So you can go to our website, go to our social media anytime, see what we're talking about. But at the end of the day, our forecasts past day 5 aren't very good, which is why you get a day 5 cone. So really just make sure you're relying on your legitimate weather sources when it comes up to any potential threat this year.
Well, Lauren, you are our source, and we appreciate it. We will turn to the National Weather Service whenever we need updates about those things, but we certainly appreciate your time. We look forward to not talking to you until next hurricane season when we get prepared for that. Lauren, we appreciate what you do as always.
Of course. Thank you.
All right. And that'll do it for this particular segment. Don't go anywhere. A lot more right here on Bayou Time.